Hello guys, it's me Beata from Horoscopes and Readings.com, and today I would like to talk about child horoscope. Actually it's one of the services I can provide you with because I'm able to interpret any type of chart, including child horoscope. And recently I got a viewer's question about some, she was mother of a son and they had some difficult contacts in synastry, and she asked me if their relationship is toxic, and I replied to her comment, but I decided to share a little bit about the dynamic between parent and child in this video because I find it very interesting. I myself have two kids and I know the dynamic between us. I also know my dynamic between my parents, and it's interesting one, but it's a tough one, right? And many years ago, when I found out about my dynamic between me and my dad and me and my mom, I was shocked. There was like Pluto Mars difficult contacts, Pluto Moon difficult contacts, and it was just hard. Obviously, obviously. A relationship, was full of everything pretty much. But the thing I would like to tell you that most people in their closed relationship, meaning if you are a woman or a man and you have a child, you will have these difficult contacts, typically between Pluto and personal planet. Obviously, not everyone, but it's rather very common. To me, it is so striking how these close relationships are, at the same time, the most challenging, but the most rewarding and the most growth-oriented, if we are wise enough to take it as an opportunity and to grow from it. I also have with my kids difficult Pluto contacts between, in our synastry, and I will say this. Who is Pluto always matters. Pluto is someone who brings the tension, who brings the energy, and typically planet person is more affected, meaning if I had let's say difficult synastry with one of my parents and I was personal planet, which I was, like Mars or Moon, and he or she was Pluto, it was like, I felt like there was a lot of, pressure and difficulties. I don't want to go into details, but you know what I mean. I was the one who, let's say, suffered in this relationship more until I realized I can outgrow it or I can do something about it, because we are not helpless in this type of relationship. And honestly, I would actually recommend you to check your synastry between you and your parent, because if you are able to heal, understand and outgrow this synastry, you will not have to repeat this in your most intimate love relationships. Okay, obviously this can repeat in if you have a child, or it can be a little bit different, but still Pluto is somehow involved, and still there are some power struggles, which with Pluto difficult contacts often are. But what I wanted to point out is that, well, it's not that relationship has to be toxic per se, But it's like, you know, almost everyone has these difficult contacts with parents, because if you believe, you know, in reincarnation and things like that, and if you believe that we choose our parents, you know, our family, then it's experience you willingly want to go through. So it looks like most people want to have these difficult contacts with their parents, because most people have it, you know, in their synastry. And that's why, you know, even some spiritual leaders, they always say that if you believe that you are enlightened, just go on a vacation with your parents. And this is exactly it. Because, you know, there may be a lot of differences, but there is always a reason why you attracted this parent. And but it's good to know, it's good to know, to understand the dynamic, who holds the power, you know, who may feel like is powerless, and what can do about it. I don't believe that these relationships are toxic, but also I would like to tell you that most people have with their parents difficult Pluto contacts, or any other difficult contacts with other planets, or, you know, complicated synastries. It's very common. Okay, so don't feel that, you know, you are somehow exceptional, or your childhood had to be exceptionally traumatic because of this, because most people have these difficult contacts with their parents. Okay, so this is what I wanted to tell you. You can always outgrow this synastry, and even, you know, even with difficult Pluto contacts, we can work on it, we can heal it, we can pass it, definitely. You know, in my professional opinion, only Lilith contacts can be toxic, destructive, and damaging. To me, even difficult Pluto contacts, they are difficult, right? But there is light at the end of the tunnel. This is how I would like to interpret it. So don't be hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up, even if you have difficult synastry with your child, because child-parent dynamic is always you know, it's always interesting, and it is very clear to me when we have like difficult contacts between us and our child or parent. It's like opportunity for growth. This is how you should take it, you know, because it's not like, you know, you have to constantly battle and you know, suffer even with your child because they are not meeting your expectations. Well, of course they don't. So knowledge is power, and if you know how to really go about it, then you will have much lighter life. Okay, we are not looking for ideal, but I'm here to help you, and I can definitely interpret your dynamic between you and your child, and I can give you remedy, I can give you advices what you can do about it. And this is what is actually fantastic, because I remember me until I found out that you know, there are some difficult Pluto contacts coming from my parents, not from me. I was the one who was thinking that I'm actually probably the problem, right? But if you see it in the synastry, you can understand it on much deeper level. Okay, guys, that's all I have for you. My contacts are included in the description below this video, or you can check out my website horoscopes and readings.com, and I can prepare for you any type of chart, really, any type of synastry or child horoscope or your personality horoscope or predictions are very popular because we wanna know what future will bring. So have a good day and bye bye.